Hello and welcome. This is Lucy the Bold, and we are on my spouse's server. Okay, this is a Cloud Atlas. Okay, so last night I had made a video in of putting out over 130 some gnomes because we are 20 gnomes away or 20 subscribers away from being at 1,700 subscribers. So I logged in this morning and I wanted to just kind of show you some of the detail that my spouse puts in to the survivors' homes. So this happens to be Gabriella's house. Okay, so it's stupid, crazy, insane, very spacious compared to anything that I do for any of my characters. Yeah, it's insane. And then here's Gabrielle's bathroom. So I just wanted you to see that. Let's see here. She's been working on this over here, redoing the upper floor of the towers. Now, if you remember, there is 3, 1, 2, and at the very top is the third one. So that is how tall each one of these sections is, how tall or how deep your flame shrine can go when it's fully upgraded. I think initially each one of the towers was supposed to be for one of her main characters. I forget how many floors are in each one and how many windows, how many blocks. It's just astronomical when you think about it. Each one of these is a home for one of her survivors. And then over here we have one home for every person: blacksmith, carpenter, you name it, she's got it. And then recently is this place here. Okay. So, this is now the barber. So we'll go inside and take a look at it. Once again, extremely insane build. It's just freaking awesome. It really is. I don't even have anything even remotely close to the amount of detail, for this. And she told me last night that if I came on and did this, this must be where I got the idea for the ceiling in my place on my character's world. Backyard patio. Then you come up here. This is all of the new metal railings and stuff. This is actually fencing. This laid down flat. It's very similar to what we have there. And then she's currently working on the inside of his home, which will be just as spectacular as Gabriella's home when it's finished. I use Gabriella's house as a comparison just because, yeah, I know. It's Bing. Okay. So awesome. You know, still have forest up here on the top level. You know, as well as down below. Um, so the main platform is comprised of 4 fully upgraded flame shrines. Okay, 4 fully upgraded flame shrines. And then the main tower, like I said, has far jump, which I guarantee you, if you have the stamina, you can fly almost any place in this world from the top of this place. And then you have mid tower, you know, and then uh, Cloud Atlas. So northwest home, northeast home, southeast, and then Ring World is the judge's booth area. Okay, so want to do a little bit more of a review of this massive place before I go down there. She has rivers flowing through. Okay, this is all of her staging areas for all of her experimentations. Anytime there's new updates, she puts down the new blocks and stuff. Once again, goes way above and beyond anything that I do. This is the doorway that leads you down into the room where the scoreboard is kept at. So I set it for 1,700. Okay. Once again, I think max capacity for the stadium is roughly around 10,000. And that's just seats. That doesn't include the outside ring, you know, vendor booths, all of that stuff. So only 20 members away from reaching 1,700 as of this morning. All right, and then we have all of these homes over here, mausoleums and memorials that are being built. Temples, insane temples. This happens to be my favorite temple. As you can see. And then the Queen. And actually, I think on Twitch on Monday night, I'm going to do a very thorough exploration of her world just to give it justification. And then here's the 2 dragons, you know, done in a Chinese format. And then, of course, what is a world without an arena of your peers? Oh, so, you know, we have a person who has committed a grievous crime, surrounded by 4 Imperial guards, and then the judge who is going to sentence them. And of course, this is the proverbial deathbed with a shield for the axe that comes down through the head, the guards that are surrounding, keeping the audience under control. Yeah, I'm going to do a lot more with this. And of course, you can see way down below, and that is actually the underside of her place. And of course, we have the cemetery with mausoleums. And if we go down, this is the sports arena, where I have 1,700 gnomes set up at, and it goes all the way around. And then these hoops are what you're supposed to fly through. We will have some vertical shaft drop hoops at some point, as well as some straight lines and then some curves. So this is just getting you started on the idea of what this stadium is all about. And just how massively long this is. Of course, this is the launch pads that the flyers will use. And then down below is all the different biomes. We are actually high enough up that it's difficult to see. Okay, but she has a snowy biome, a springlands biome, the nomad biome, and a kindle waste biome, and then she has animals in those caves that she built. Okay, so yeah, this world, as far as I'm concerned and aware, unless somebody can prove me wrong, this is the largest world that someone's built. And I've seen some pretty big ones that have been done, but this world takes them all to shame. See, and I've been distributing all of the members around so that not everybody's clumped up on one side. And like I said, this is a little bit of gnomes on all of the sides. Oops, he just got pushed over the edge. Must have lost his bet. he's got to meet his end. Oh, goodness sakes. It looks like we have a squabble going on up there, so it's possible maybe he was part of that squabble. Yeah, we got people returning from the vendors. So yeah, 1,700 gnomes placed out at this time, and we only have maybe 1/4 of this place decorated with gnomes. How great would that be to get 10,000 gnomes? I think Keen Games would owe us some type of tribute if we could put out 10,000 gnomes because of 10,000 subscribers. See, we even have people that have beverages in their hands. That's just how insane the two of us are about this game. The human wave. Standing on each other's heads. I try to have as much fun with putting the gnomes out as I possibly can, because it's very daunting when you start getting into the thousands. Okay, and you can see the judges booth way over there on the other side. So let's go over to the judges booth now, because I'm over here and this is the judges booth. It would take me quite a while to run all the way back over. And yes, we do have lag on this world just because of how massive it is. It takes a little while for everything to load in. I have had one person, okay, that made a donation. So I have one judge now. We will be doing memberships starting on Twitch. At the moment, I have not been able to make any shorts on YouTube. I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but that is one of the requirements on YouTube, is to be able to do shorts. So I don't know if it's a formatting issue or what the thing is, but I have tried, and I have talked to Google, and I have sent messages to YouTube, and still not able to get shorts made. So my memberships, drives, and stuff will be done through Twitch. This is our storage units that we use for all of our gnomes. Each side has them. This kind of gives you an idea. And then, let's see here. We'll get a down below perspective of this insane world. You can already see the shadow line on the ground. Yep. Totally insane, crazy. Like I said, from a distance, this place looks like one of the Star Destroyers from Star Wars. So now let's see here. Let's try going all the way up to far jump. Now, I will say the last time that I went up to far jump, my character literally walked off the edge before I even had any indication of what was going on, and I plummeted to my death. And it was very funny, and it was a shame that I wasn't recording it at the time. So what my spouse had to do was, because of the lag in the game that we can develop on this world, is had to build a wall around this portal. Sorry, I'm getting a sip of water. But yeah, this is the top of far jump, and that's the city of her main floor of her place down below. We're high enough up that it's very difficult to see things. You can, if you look over that way, you can actually just faintly see the dragon flapping his wings from this height. Okay, let's go down to mid tower. Alright, mid tower is just what it says it is. It is one terrible step that you do not want to take. Not without a parachute. Alright, and then we'll go down to Cloud Atlas. I think when she was originally starting from the highest point of the ground down below with her very first character, I think, if I remember correctly, she went up as high as you can go with each flame shrine without enlarging it. I think it was a total of 13 flame shrines to get to the base of where we are. So that is the initial flame shrine for this build. So nosebleed much. Anyhow, this is a tribute and a thank you to everything that my spouse does. This is a tribute and a thank you to everybody who watches my videos, everybody who has subscribed, everybody who has hit likes, and everybody who makes comments. So thank you very much. I look forward to being able to offer memberships here before too long. Everybody have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.